Demeter, on charter from Romania to London. Shipping private crates. Contents unknown. Out at sea, with no land in sight.
This here is Clemens. He's a doctor.
You dress like a learned man.
University of Cambridge. I know my way around the boat.
Our charter has agreed to pay a bonus for timely arrival in London.
Let me show you the ship. This here is Huckleberry. We don't come with like this to give the use clear.
Demeter's a fine boat, no doubt.
Something ripped apart the animals.
All the livestock?
This looks like a bite.
Search the ship. Everywhere.
Evil is on board. Powerful evil.
In the night, it drinks our blood. He is here. We call him Dracula.
He's coming!
Did you see the size of that bloody thing?
I'm gonna kill the cursed thing.
He is on this ship, which means that we will never leave it.
The devil is real. May God have mercy on us all.
Hey everybody, welcome to day 10 of 31 Days of Monsters. I'm your host, Graham Nolan, and today we're talking about The Last Voyage of the Demeter, which is basically a chapter out of Bram Stoker's Dracula. Small chapter. Regardless of whether you've read the book or not, and that goes for any sourced material that they make into other things, like a movie and stuff. The movie has to hold up on its own. You can't rely on the audience having read it to understand things. And I have to say that outside of a few problems with this film, I think it holds up on its own as a standalone Dracula movie without knowing any of the details from Stoker's book. The monster is great looking. He's sort of Nosferatu-ish, part animal, part bat. I think he's really, really cool looking. We just part of the problem for me is that everything is shot so damn dark. I tried watching this yesterday afternoon. If you remember from yesterday's show, I was talking about it because I was in the middle of watching it before we had to break. And I couldn't see a damn thing. The reflections on the TV from the daylight, were just, unbelievably bad. So I had to go down to the basement, to the studio, and put it on in the dark, and so I could see what the hell was going on. That's a problem with a lot of modern horror movies. They filter the shit out of it, so you can't see anything, which bothers me. And I think that, and I'm going to project here, that judging by the trailer for Frankenstein, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, he doesn't like it either because he's got color everywhere. You can see what you want to see, which is going to make it easier on the eyes and a much more enjoyable film. So, I'm so excited for that. I got my fingers crossed. Don't let me down, Guillermo. Don't let me down like James Gunn did and everybody at Marvel over the last few years. Part of the problem with this movie is the DEI hiring. The black actor is the lead. It's fine. He's good in the role and everything. But the problem is understanding Victorian England at the time. The idea that he'd have been a black doctor at Cambridge in Victorian England seems to be beyond the pale. I don't know that historically whether that's even a possibility, but it seems not likely. Then, of course, you have the girl that's brought in, literally in the dirt, in the as Dracula's snack, because when you travel, you should always have snacks. When she got revived and stuff, she was a bit of a boss girl. She's the one to tell everybody about Dracula, and she grabs the gun and is all gung ho and everything. Minor complaint, those two things, because I still enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed the setting on the boat. This is basically, if you break it down, this is Alien on a clipper ship, in the 1800s. Same type of thing. People trapped with a monster with no way off. The only difference is we know how this one ends from the book. But of course, the new characters don't apply to that. And the other thing, and this goes back to a lot of Hollywood problems, is they don't know how to end a movie. The idea that the doctor gets away, he gets to London, and now he's going to do what he can to find out and root out this creature. And he's at a bar, and he sees a guy, he's making that thumping noise, that they made on the boat. And he turns and he looks and he sees this character in like an overcoat type of thing and a hat, and he turns and looks at him. You can tell it's Dracula, and he's got the but basically it looks like a Lon Chaney Wolfman cane. So he mysteriously kind of gets out and goes off and disappears into the mist, and our hero is left watching him, and saying he's going to do what he can to track him down, sort of setting him up to be like a Van Helsing character. But better yet, it would have been better if let's say some time has passed, maybe a month since Dracula arrived in Whitby, and our character is now in a pub because nobody believes him. He was sort of down and out when he was stuck in Romania, and now here he is. He's drinking. He can't get over what happened. Nobody believes him, and all of a sudden, this old man comes up to him, sits down next to him, and he starts telling him, "Yeah, I believe what you are saying because it's all true. My name is Van Helsing." And that would have been a much better ending. It would have tied in better to Dracula, and it would have made more sense. But they won't let me write endings in Hollywood, I guess. So that is it for the review today of this, and probably more will come up in the chat as we see who is here. Dr. Mass says, "Sorry, Graham, after watching the trailer in this one, I couldn't pull the trigger on the rental. You can let me know if I made a mistake." Well, after what I have said, Dr. Mask, you tell me, did you make a mistake? I did watch Lust of the Vampire on Tubi, a soft porn movie with a vampire overtones. As a teen, I would have loved it. That's one of those early 70s Hammer films, isn't it? That ties into Bride of the Vampire, or Vampire Circus and all those, I think, where they were getting into the lesbianism and full on nudity, if I'm not mistaken. Man of War is here. He says, "Hail all." Chris Juliano says hello. What you really need is a Compass Comic beanie or a Shinu plushie to keep you warm this winter. Shinu plushies are coming off the site because they are going to be part of the Shinu Everything box that's going to be in the Shinu 77 campaign. Got some really cool stuff coming up for that, guys. So make sure you're signed up. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. This QR code is for Escape to Monster Island, which is at the printers. We're supposed to have it by Halloween, possibly earlier, at which point it will come down. So, if you don't like waiting for your books to arrive, get over there right now, order your books, and you'll be getting them by the beginning of November. All right. Rob Fellows says, all hail to you, Shanu crew. And yes, the beanie is approved. In fact, Rob Fellows is wearing the beanie in his avatar. Or his avatar is wearing the beanie. Leg Kick 1 is here. And Dr. Mass says he will be probably sporting his Compass Comics beanie tomorrow for his son's baseball game. It's going to be 45 or 50 degrees. I don't know how much hair you got on your head, Dr. Mask, but once it hits 55, I got to have the beanie. I found that out during COVID after I shaved it for the first time. That October, I was down in Ellicottville for a fall festival type thing. Just had a fleece on, jeans, nice day. It was in the 50s, 55 degrees. And I'm freezing. I'm thinking I'm getting sick. Is anybody else cold? It's the first time I was in cold weather without my hair. I went into a ski shop, bought a cap, put that on, and I felt like, Muttley, So now my head can tell you when it's in the 50s. Rick1662 enjoyed this. Cigar Gangster says, good afternoon, everybody. JP Roca asks, what's good? Cigar Gangster says he thought the film should have been shortened by 15 to 20 minutes. Yeah, I could agree with that. It could have been paced a little faster. Had some heart because the little boy dies too. And JP says it's a good movie, except that the end trying to tie the survivor in as Van Helsing. Yeah, but his name wasn't Van Helsing, so he was just going to be another vampire hunter. What'd you think of my ending? Rob Fellows loved director's Troll Hunter, Jane Doe, scary stories, but this was awful. So disappointing. Would watch any Hammer film over this. Oh, Rob doesn't like this one. Diary of Jane Doe is outstanding. I love that movie. I did that one, I think, 2 years ago for 31 Days of Monsters. That was a really nice surprise. Really was completely off the rails. Great movie. Rick also thought it was hard to watch. Is that the new Thing shirt? Yeah, this is one of them. There he is. Oh. Trying to do everything in reverse. There he is. That's cool, isn't it? It's much bluer in the sun. It looks black, but it's actually a dark blue. Then I have like the Hawaiian shirt one too, which is all this pattern. Bloody Drake says, hail. Past Master Dan reminds everybody to hit that like button and subscribe. Please do that. Let's see. I got a super chat here. Let's go. Leg Kick 1 for $5. Watch the Beast of War trailer. It just released. Watch the Beast of War trailer. It just released. Okay, I will. I will do that. Thank you, Leg Kick. I do appreciate the super chats because I can't monetize these things because I'm showing the trailers. So it's always appreciated, guys. Thank you. Where was I? I think I scrolled back past. Oh, here we go. Okay. The doctor whining about not getting a position was unnecessary. It was sort of unbelievable that he would have been accepted into Cambridge, too. I think that Dracula was non-binary. Not sure. No vampire peen? I don't know. We know Nosferatu has one. The doctor talks down to everyone, usurps the captain as a surrogate father to the boy, and saving the boy pseudo-Superman style. Yeah, they did everything for that one, that guy. I threw it into Grok and it said the odds of a black doctor in Great Britain with sailing skills at this time was less than a 1% chance. It identified 5 black doctors in Great Britain at that time. Okay. So it's not impossible, but it's improbable. And it becomes more of a DEI style hire. There's no women either on that boat, but they had to get one in. So they shipped her in the dirt. Cigar Gangster likes my ending. Thank you, Cigar Gangster. Nosferatu 2024 was better. That was creepy. It's another guy who does these kind of or art house films. The guy who did Nosferatu, Eggers. I never saw The Lighthouse, but I did see The Witch. And in fact, I did that one either last year or 2 years ago. I thought that was really good, really creepy. His stuff isn't really as scary as it is creepy. Twins of Evil is good. I'm not sure I don't think that's on the list here. I had a couple of those. I got Vampire Circus. I'm not sure what to make of that one. I haven't seen it yet, but we'll see. I've already seen it. Yeah, I saw it when it came out. I'll probably rewatch it again just to refresh myself. But I did enjoy it. It's not one I'm going to go back to repeatedly, and I'll watch it again just because of the show if I need refreshing. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Past Master Dan says, no snow on the roof means you have a warm heart. Not gay. Snow on the roof means gray hair, not just like no hair. It's probably gray now. It was gray on the sides. So I had that Reed Richards things going when I did shave it. But it was also crawling back this way, and it was definitely crowned up here. So it's like, who am I fooling? Get rid of it. Own it, Nolan. Own it. JP Roca says in theaters, this movie was great. The sound was so cool. I have a sound bar on my TV. I got a big 75-incher, and the sounds were great. I loved it. Joe Bernardo is here. He says, aloha. And a thing chair, salt to the wound. Ms. Stippling says that shark movie looks awesome. All right, I will check that. YouTube is dumb. Okay. Vamp Peen wasn't on my bingo card today. Last Voyage of the Demeter feels like a glimpse into a part and portion of the Dracula movie with Keanu Reeves. And then it felt as if it was part of Nosferatu. Yeah, both of those films, took liberal licenses with Stoker's book. I can't get through the Francis Ford Coppola Dracula. I just cannot. I've tried to watch that half a dozen times, and I always turn it off. It's just bullshit. I hate it. At any point when you try to humanize Dracula, I'm out. There's nothing human about him. There's nothing warm and fuzzy about him. He is a disgusting creature who does disgusting and terrible things. That's what I love about him. Don't put sparkles on him. Don't try to humanize him and say, oh, he was cursed because of love. And, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because what he is now is this horrible, horrible plague upon humanity. And that's how I like to see him. So to see this movie, Demeter, come out, and the Nosferatu goes back to, the horror of Dracula. And case in point. Yeah, exactly. All right. Modern movies are all trying to redeem evil. Oh, yeah, and at least make you feel sympathetic to it at the very least, which is bullshit, This is a horrible demon from hell that is here as a plague on humanity. He wants to turn humanity into demons like him. There's nothing, there's no compassion for Dracula. There shouldn't be. So that's it for today, guys. That was a fun one. We return to Harryhausen country tomorrow with another fun one from the 60s called The First Men in the Moon. I remember watching this as a kid it's probably either Creature Features or Thriller Theater on PIX as a kid. And it was, I always enjoyed it. And I've seen it again recently within the last year or so and enjoyed it then. Leg Kick 1 for $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. The Dracula books by Kelly Jones is really good. Yeah, those are good. You guys should get back those. Matt, oh my God, I'm drawing a name, blank on his name. And Kelly Jones are great in that. Yeah, who's the guy who created Grendel? Matt Wagner. Thank you, Dr. Mask. Yeah, Matt Wagner and Kelly Jones are doing some spectacular work on that. These guys get Dracula. It's really cool. So I think those are over on Kickstarter. So take a look and back those. They're good people too. Oh, JP Roca did his homework for tomorrow. Excellent. I enjoyed that one too, the Dracula with Frank Langella. His 70s style hair was something to behold, but he was very feral and in command as Dracula. I enjoyed that. So, Guy Dorian is here. Hi, Guy. To said the content was not available. The content for what? What movie were you trying to watch? First Men in the Moon? Not sure what you're referring to there. Here, let me check. Let's see where that's playing, if that's what you're referring to. Okay, First Man in the Moon will be a rental on Prime, $3.99. It's worth it, and that's a good movie. So you should check that out. It may be on YouTube. I watched last night when I couldn't sleep. I watched Southbound, which is coming up on the 13th. So I watched that. That was on YouTube. The whole movie was on there. So I was able to watch that. And also, I'm told Near Dark is also, the whole movie is on YouTube as well. Guy Dorian says, hey, Graham, best wishes, buddy. Glad I caught you on. Best damn content around, especially this time of year. Thanks, Guy. Much appreciated. All right, brothers and sisters and monster kids all. Oh, okay. Cigar Gangster says, yeah, First Men in the Moon. Also check Internet Archive. It could be on there and you could watch it on your computer. That's another option to check. If those don't work out and you can't get them on any of the free ones, then you got to rent them. But rentals are cheap now. They're $3.99. This is a good movie. First Men in the Moon is worth it. Really cool looking moon men by the great Harryhausen. So we will see you tomorrow, Saturday, probably in the morning. I'm guessing around 10 or 11. So make sure you subscribe so you'll get those notifications. God willing, YouTube will send them out. Also follow me on X because I always post it there. So you can always check it out there. So have a great rest of your day, guys. We'll see you tomorrow morning. And until then, keep your powder dry.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.